Roberto, Nikki, Amber, and Emily. We're not going to stay in here. We're actually going to move outside because we're going to separate into groups. It doesn't matter who's in what group because we're all going to rotate and get in the same thing. So our presentation is over behavior. No. Yes, behavior therapy in groups. Sorry. But first, we're going to start off with an icebreaker. And basically just want to talk to your neighbor for like maybe 1-2 minutes and tell them something positive about yourself or something positive about this weekend. So you guys can go ahead. And then after that, we're going to move outside. So if you want, you can go ahead and get a piece of paper and a pen to something to write with and just take it with you outside. You can leave your stuff in here. So, okay, go ahead.
Right. Really? I might need a book. 12.
Thanks for coming to be celebrated.
Okay. Would anyone like to share something positive that happened this weekend or anything that they said? Anyone? No? Okay, let's move outside. Alright, how many groups? Okay, it's going to be 5 groups. So, was it 2 or 3? 2.
So, you got a corner of mine for you guys.
And you guys just follow us outside.
Yeah, I told her I was going to say, like, 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, I won't be 3.
So 3s, hey, all 3s come with me.
Wait, what?
I'm 3. 3s. One, two, three, 4, 5.
delving into assertiveness training. So assertiveness training has become the most frequent method used in adapting interpersonal behavior, and it can change a range of things from timid to aggressive behavior. So as far as it goes, there's 3 types: non-aggressive, assertive behaviors. The text talks about, in a non-assertive style, you're likely to hesitate, speak softly, look away, avoid the issue, and agree whether you agree with it or not, and not express your opinions, and value yourself below others. And you'll basically hurt yourself in order to not hurt others. In the aggressive style, you typically answer before the other person is through talking, basically interrupting, speaking loud and overbearingly. You can glare at the other person, your facial expressions say a lot, speak past the issue, and say your thoughts and opinions vehemently. And you value yourself above others, and that you'll hurt others to avoid hurting yourself. So, an assertive style is what we want to strive for, and you'll speak spontaneously, speak with a conversational tone and volume, look at the other person, speak to the issue, and be open about your thoughts and feelings. And you'll value yourself above others, but you won't hurt yourself or others in the process. Now, this is basically beneficial because we use this in training in groups. And it's an ideal setting to where you can practice to be assertive and then apply it to group. And when examining group interactions, there are 3 ways to do that. And first you ask yourself, are there situations that you need to handle more assertively? Cases where you could have asserted yourself. There are situations in which you withhold your opinions and feelings you want to express. And also when you become angry and lash out at others, you may regret that later. I know I've had moments whenever I've said something I shouldn't and I regret it later. That allows us to kind of get an overview of what we need to improve upon, and then we can visualize the incident. And this was a little tricky because you kind of have to figure out how you want to visualize being assertive. You can do that through eye contact, which is you want to maintain eye contact, and also your hand gestures say a lot about your assertiveness. And then your body posture. If you're leaning away from someone, you may be sending the signal that you don't really want to talk to them, or if you have your arms crossed, you may be sending the signal, I really don't want to be participating in this, I don't want anything to do with this. That says a lot about yourself. Also, your facial expressions, they have quite a bit to do with it, in that I know my face emotionally is like an open book, like people can read me if I'm happy or sad or anything. My face expresses it, so that plays an important role. Also, your tone and volume. Your tone has a lot to say about you, and so does your volume, because if you're speaking really soft, you may be timid or shy, but if you're yelling at someone, you may be angry and aggressive. So that can say a whole range of things. And that overall adds together to create the message content. So that is how we visualize an assertive model. And some alternate approaches are considering the nonverbal and verbal guidelines for being assertive, and the components of your responses, whether they were assertive, aggressive, or non-assertive. And basically how this has a consequence on yourself, and how you feel after doing this. And this adds up to the next step, which is actually role-playing your assertiveness, which is a good way to get practice in order to do so. And to do this, the text talks about the 7 ways to do this, and I've got these outlined here. And it says, identify a problematic situation in which you're habitually non-assertive or aggressive. Visualize a problematic incident and identify your non-verbal and verbal communication. Develop alternative approaches for being assertive in this situation. A few approaches may be arrived at by visualizing how an assertive model would act. And then you select an assertive strategy and continue to practice it through your imagery. And then you role-play this and practice it. And then you try it out ultimately in a real-life situation. And then after that, you'll analyze what you believe you did well on and how you need to improve. Now, as far as the biblical application, I had Joshua 1:9 relating to behavior therapy and to assertiveness in a way, because it has a lot to do with change. Basically, you're trying to change or alter your behavior, so I thought this correlated very nicely. It says, have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. And I believe this has a lot to do with change. It can be a scary and a terrifying thing, but it usually brings about good. So we can apply this not only to our lives, but to behavior therapy as well. I actually have some role-playing assertive behaviors for us to try out. was an application of what I was talking about, so I thought it'd be a good way to try to do that. And since we have a small group, y'all can't pair up. I'm sorry about that. So I guess I can be kind of the guinea pig, and you can role play with me if y'all want to pick one and try it on for science. That'd be an interesting one. There's no right or wrong, so it's just basically. So does anyone want to stake a claim on one? Okay. Do you want to? Okay. So, I will be the one that's smoking over here, being breaking all the university policies
On campus.
on campus
In
By the
front of
chapel.
by
everybody.
the chapel. The best venue for it. Oh, Professor, you could. Yeah.
Would you please put out your cigarette?
Why? Why is it bothering you?
I'm very allergic to the cigarettes. It makes my eyes water.
I mean, we're
Plus, we're
outside.
in a non-smoking area.
But we're outside. It shouldn't bother you.
It still does. If you please put it out.
Couldn't I just move over there?
The wind would blow it back here.
That was really good.
It's killing you.
It's killing you.
You're getting lung disease. No, you didn't use scare tactics. I'm impressed. Oh, and if you guys want to do number 6, we can change it to you're a male and a female is making derogatory sexist comments. Just so you guys know. I thought the book was being a little sexist there.
I guess I'll do number 2.
Okay.
Most likely I had this problem when I was back when I was in college. Okay. Okay. We'll just assume it's like 3 a.m. like it was then too.
That's always lovely.
Yeah. Can you turn down the radio, the stereo? I got a test at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you've kept me up since, or you've been keeping me up almost every night this week. This was turned down a little.
You don't like my music, man?
I like the music, but I like my sleep.
Sorry, I'm not very good at this myself. That was good. At least you weren't. I know if someone is keeping me up that late, I wouldn't be near as nice to them.
Yeah.
I would be like,
See,
turn down.
The thing was, I did actually do that,
Oh no.
what just happened now, but they were on the golf team with me, and we were all in like one suite, so yeah, we were
It's a
all,
little harder when you know them.
yeah. I mean, we're all friends. They're like, okay, no problem.
Okay. Well, that's good. At least y'all had that relationship.
Yeah. It was bad. It was every night for the whole semester. They did that.
I guess I'll do number 5. Do you have anything you want to borrow? May I use your phone?
No,
I really have to.
I'm using it right now.
I really have to make a phone call.
What is that important?
Yes. My girlfriend's having a baby. Can't say no to that.
Can't say no to that. Okay, guys, you're done. You
This
can
is
move on
great.
to Amber.